writes. So good morning, everyone. Michelle's going to be our host today, but I have a couple of announcements or things I wanted to share to kind of kick the call off. And this would kind of line up with the training we're going to be doing tonight on our Monday evening community call and the discussion we had on our Thursday morning business call, getting our focus in, single product focus, multi-product company. And, this Monday morning miracle call is the highlight of many of the calls. It's certainly the highlight. It gets our Monday going. It gets us the juices flowing and just makes us all be totally grateful to be part of this amazing movement that we call LifeWave and this community and an opportunity that it represents. I wanted to encourage people to consider zeroing in and keeping more of our testimonial focus on Monday mornings around X39 if possible. We don't want to exclude the other products because sometimes they're invaluable in getting the results that some of you get. But, I've got some feedback that some people don't want to bring their new distributors, new brand partners to this call because it's all over the place about everything. And, and I just took 6 patches off. I'm going to put 4 more on. Okay. So, us dyed-in-the-wool LifeWave, people, we use them all or most of them.
Daddy.
Right. I'm going to have to mute all again here. Hold on a second. Mute all. We had somebody sneak in unmuted. But I think that we want to showcase the star of the show, which I was so delighted with Nova that even David, the papa of all the products, he's said on a couple of occasions, they're like his kids. He loves them all, but he does have a favorite one, and that's X39. And, towards the end of his presentation, Nova, when he started talking about dealing with the different symptoms of aging or health issues, how he started everyone, you start with X39, and then you could add this. You start with X39, then you could add that. He always started, everything included X39. Maybe it was X39 plus, a supplement, plus, chocolate or liver, but he started with X39. So I just want to say from this point forward, we're going to give extra brownie points to all the testimonials that focus on X39. And that's not to say we don't want to also let people know how the other patches work. But on this call, we want to give the star due recognition, and that's X39. That's why we're all here. That's what got Robin and I in. That's why LifeWave, when X39 came in and went, and we're in this growth cycle that we're in. The other thing I want to say, and we should probably do this occasionally. We won't do it today, but maybe on next Monday, we'll do 5 minutes of testimonial training. And a good testimonial, it has 3 parts: how I was, what I did, how I am now. It doesn't matter how old you are. Well, if you want to say that, hey, I'm 70 years old and I was starting to experience some of the symptoms of aging, but I don't need to tell you where I was born and when, right? We leave some of the personal stuff out, but we want to identify what symptoms were you dealing with, what did you do, and how you are now. And that's the component of a good testimonial. So Michelle, that was kind of my opening for today's call, and maybe just a little bit of shift in focus for our Monday morning calls. So over to you, my dear.
Oh, thank you so much, Gregory. Perfect. I love it. We all got a little training. We all got mini training this morning. Welcome everyone to our miraculous Monday miracle, amazing rockin' call. I'm glancing at the chat, and Heidi is there, as she always is, and she had a great comment here. Testimony is greatest in under 90 seconds to 3 minutes max. I just want to highlight that comment because that is perfect. Last time I hosted, I said, when people were being quiet, I said, come on, you guys, be bold, be brave. And Robin jumped on and said, and be brief. So we have the 3 B's, guys: bold, step forward. If you have something to share, don't be shy. Be brave, just speak it out, share your heart, as all of us do in this beautiful community. Sometimes there's tears, everything is welcome. And please be brief, because we usually run out of time. at the bottom of the hour. We try to keep these calls to 30 minutes because we know we are busy, we have full lives, and we want to go out and patch the world. So my name's Michelle Niels. Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday in Colorado. We got some fresh snow. I hope you guys are all doing awesome. We have Gregory R first, then Ruth Ann, then Jada, and then Stacy. So Gregory R, please unmute. You're still muted. Gregory R, iPhone.
That's, I think, Gregory and Robin.
But it says iPhone, huh? Okay. Well, we'll go to Ruth Ann then. Someone has a hand. Okay. Ruth Ann, then Jada, then Stacy.
It's me. It's me. I'm Gregory.
Oh. Okay.
I'm on my iPhone and I look a mess, but that's okay. Briefly, I know X39 is fabulous. I have a fireman that was going skiing and he was having hip problems and knee problems. They ordered a Gold Pack and I guided them through his order, and he chose to get the horse pain patch instead of the ice patch. I'm asking a question because he used the X39 and the Acrylife, and he has no pain at all, and he refused to take them off. So he went 12 times, 2 days, 12 different slopes, and a black diamond, and he has no pain, which he's a fireman and he can't jump off the truck of the fire truck. So is something going to happen to him if he's
is he going to start whinnying and eating hay? Is that what you're wondering? Or
yes, I don't know, because he won't take the patch off. I just convinced him yesterday when he came home from his trip to take the damn patch off.
Well, I'm sorry, what did you say your name was? I know you're not Gregory.
Hank.
Hank. Hi, Hank. So, you might just reiterate the attenuation factor, where the patches are worn for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, because just explain to him that the body will get used to the signal and the patches won't work as well.
That's what I said, but I thought it was because the patch was so much more potent than the ice wave. But so he's not going to have like I thought he would have a reverse, that he would be in pain, but he's coming today for a massage and I'll check in, but I just wanted to make sure. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Hank. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, whenever you're sharing, go ahead and leave your hand up. Don't lower your hand so I know where on the screen I'm looking. Okay, so Ruth Ann, and then Jada, and then Stacy.
Okay. I agree totally with the X39. I love that emphasis there. Last week, there was a mention of using your health savings account or card to purchase patches. And I was quite excited about that and sent that information around to my group, and we put the credit card in and it was immediately declined. So what am I missing on that information? And who can I call off out of the call to find out?
Michelle,
Yeah.
This is Heidi. I'll put my phone number in the post. You actually have to transact the HSA through your merchant account, and then make payment as a secondary payment. That's how you do it.
Okay, so you have to call your insurance company and arrange that?
No, I'll go ahead and put in the chat how you do it. It's a 3-step process.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Okay, we have Stacy or Jada. I don't know who just went. I'm sorry. Is it Jada now or Stacy?
No, I'm next. This is Jada now.
Jada, yes.
Hello. Couldn't wait to get on here to tell you all about this. I have a 14-year-old Ava Marie. She's a Yorkie. That's my little girl. She's Ava Marie. But anyway, she's been having some frequent trips outside. So much so that me and my husband can't get any sleep. So we did take her to the doctor and they said the UTI. So anyway, they gave us a medicine. Well, it wasn't helping. And so then they said the creatinine's high. Well, Friday, she had us going out every hour. And this was all during the day and over in the morning. So Friday, I said, that's enough. So Friday evening, what I did, because I always let her wear an X39 and Aeon patch, but I wanted to give her a break because she wears them all the time. Anyway, I put an Aeon patch. I got that out and I got a X39 and I Googled acupuncture points for animals and kidneys. So anyway, I found that spot. So I put the X39 and Aeon on her collar and I put the cornicine right at the very back part of her bottom, where, the back where it gets ready to curve. And I put that on her. That was at 7:30 Friday evening. I let them both out. I have two pups. Let them both out at 11:15 Friday night. I woke up at 8:15 in the morning. I didn't even get up all night. And my husband, I asked him about 8:30. I said, did you let the dogs out last night over in the morning? He said, no, you didn't. I said, and I had showed him the patch on Ava. And I said, that she didn't go the whole night because I knew what was going to happen. But anyway, I expected that because I know these patches. Anyway, so Saturday, the same thing. I think she went out only 6 times the whole day Saturday. And then yesterday, she only went out 4 or 5 times yesterday. And then I only let them out 1 time over the morning. And my husband didn't this morning. And so I just had to call you all, come on here and let you all know. I'm excited saying everything. I'm sorry for that. Got my tongue is getting twisted. But anyway, these patches, they are amazing. And I had already told my veterinarian about them and they just never heard of them. But I told them, I said, no, I don't need anything for her coughing. I have something already at home, no pill for her coughing. So I just want to share that with you all. That acupuncture points, when you Google that, the chart is amazing. On the left leg, that's for anything to do with the heart, on the left leg.
Wow.
And so,
wow, Jada. Thank
with
you.
you
What a
all.
wonderful, wonderful story. Your sweet little puppy. And you got some
Yeah.
sleep last night or for the last few nights. That's great. That's awesome.
We sure
Jada,
did. Yeah.
Jada, are you familiar with the Vibrant Living Facebook page, the Facebook group?
Yes, but I don't know how to put anything in there. I do know how to post my story, but as far as pictures, because I did take pictures,
Mhm.
and I don't know how to put things like it. Like I know how to put it on my Facebook page, but not on the Vibrant Living.
Okay, well, maybe you can get some help from your sponsor or from a grandchild or someone who's like in their teens or 20s. They can probably help you.
Well, my 2 grandbabies are 11-month and 20-month-olds, so that won't help. But I will.
They
I'll
won't.
find someone that can help me.
Find a youngster, a teenager or a 20-something to help you with that.
Okay, then.
That's a
All right,
wonderful
thank you
story.
all.
That's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jada. All right,
Okay, thank
Stacy,
you. Now,
and then Victoria.
I'll let my hand
Good
down.
How are y'all doing? So I haven't said anything in a long time. About 4 months ago, I realized that the pain in my feet, it's not tingling or anything, but it's
I think you're frozen, Stacy. You're frozen. We lost you, Stacy.
Huh.
Stacy, you might want to just stop your video. Maybe your Wi-Fi connection isn't very good. Do you want to stop your video and just share? Okay. Stacy, you're frozen. So we're going to go to Victoria. We really want to hear from you. So as soon as you come back, just put your hand up again. Okay, Victoria.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I got an unsolicited testimonial from a customer who has been on the X39 patch for a couple of years now. And she said to me this morning, I continue to be amazed that my body is able to heal with the help of these patches. About 3.5 months ago, I injured a tendon right hand thumb trying to scoop ice cream from a solidly frozen container. Having experienced, and she names a condition in which the fingers freeze. In my left hand, I knew what I was in for: surgery, physical therapy, and losing the use of my hand until it healed. This time the pain was worse than before. I dug out my old brace, applied an extra patch to the base of my right thumb, and committed to waiting to see if I could heal it without surgical intervention. I did some recommended stretches, wore my brace except when coming in contact with water, and waited to see what would happen. I'm happy to say that as of today, I no longer have to wear the brace and my thumb is no longer painful. I've gained back almost full range of movement in my thumb, more gentle stretching, and using my hand without the brace should have. I'm thrilled to not have surgery. I'm grateful to have such a powerful tool to help me heal. Thank you for sharing this with me. The patch has been a life changer for me and my family. So I was
Beautiful.
just tickled when I got that.
And that's X39, right, Victoria? Just X39?
Just X39.
There you go. The power of our
Double points,
amazing
double points.
double points for Victoria. Yay. That was wonderful. Thank you. All right, Kamei. I think, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Please correct me if I'm.
Kamei's okay, but it's really Kamei,
Kamei.
like the soap. So let me mute my Pandora. Sorry. Yeah, I've shared about my pain before, but I want to share a news story with you guys about my sister. She started using the patches probably 1st of October, and she started using them because she had a frozen shoulder and it kept her awake at night. And she using them, she was able to relieve that pain in her shoulder. She can raise her arm now, and she's having really good results with that. But her biggest problem is that she has an incurable lung disease, and it's a rare disease, and it causes the mucus to stay in her lungs because of these growths that are in her lungs. And she, we were scared to death she'd get COVID because we knew it would kill her. But she got pneumonia twice before Thanksgiving, and she got COVID at Christmas. And she did almost die because of strep along with it. But the good news is that she went to her pulmonologist a couple of weeks ago, and he came back in and he said, "Ms. Huber," he said, "I don't understand this, but your x-rays show that the growths are thinner and the shorter. Your lungs are better than they were 2 years ago." He said, 2 years ago when you came in, I fully expected to have to scope you the next time because they were so damaged and so bad. And the only thing different she's done is use the patches. And she uses a lot of patches. She uses X39 and X49 religiously, but she and I are like, more is better. But
Oh. Well, with a condition like that, I don't blame you. Did she start with just X39 for a little while, or did she use all the patches from the beginning?
Oh, she used all the patches from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah,
Because she had a pretty serious diagnosis, it sounds like.
Very serious. It's patches pneumonia. She gets pneumonia so easily because she can't get rid of mucus, and she's 80, so she it's a very tenuous thing, and there's no cure for it. So it's just a blessing to have these patches in our lives.
Yes, it is. We are so blessed. Oh, thank you, Kamei. Beautiful share. All right. Carol Lynn, and then Heidi, and then Donald.
Good morning. I have an X39 testimonial of, I had asked a couple weeks ago about a customer who had oral surgery from some nasty stuff that was removed, and she had a graft from her hip to her oral palate and had a few teeth removed. And on Friday, she started wearing the patch X39. And on Sunday, she wrote to me, no mouth pain. I'm so encouraged. Also, the yellowish tint that's been on my tongue for years is gone. That's remarkable.
And that's just after a few days?
Yes, I actually have another testimonial about the nighttime patch, but I will defer to another time. I have two questions. One is, someone has feeling like he has a missing limb, and he's been told it's psychological pain, and he's very hesitant to try the patches. He has never had anything severed, and it's his hip area. So I'm curious if anybody has any suggestions. He doesn't think the patches will work.
So Carolyn, he hasn't actually had an amputation,
No.
but there's a sensation of what again?
Like it's like he has a missing limb, like it's a psychiatric. Well, I'm not supposed to say that. Like it's a psychological issue that he has, and he doesn't think that X39 might help.
Well, we don't know for sure. We don't make promises, right?
I know.
We can't make claims, but as David says, X39 first, middle, and last, always. So, you know, obviously you'd want to start with him on that. And, you know, if he's someone that's very skeptical, you might point him to the research page on the website. You might share some videos of David Schmidt, because let's all just, you know, agree with a big amen. David is brilliant. He's absolutely a genius. You know, he addresses medical doctors and scientists all the time, and they're blown away by his depth and breadth of knowledge. So you might look for, you know, as far as that particular condition, if anyone on the call has a suggestion, please raise your hand.
I do.
Yes.
This is Sybil. I just want to tell you, I have neurological issues because I was in a car accident 11 years ago this month, and I was disabled since I kept trying to work, but I got disabled 2 years later. And the patches in 4 days, just X39, I woke up and rolled over without pain. And I got so excited about that relief from physical pain that I couldn't follow directions and wait to do any more patches. So I added the energy enhancers right away, and 4 more days and a brain fog lifted, and my brain started working better. Depression lifted. All this stuff that I thought was depression turns out to be my brain injury. And then what's happened is over the last year, sometimes it was kind of embarrassing because I didn't know. I knew I was slow. I knew, like, right after the accident, one day I was driving on a familiar street and I got lost. So I've known over time that something wasn't quite right, but from working from my home, I could hide it when I wasn't around people that much. So when I thought I was all well and I could rent an office, and I started trying to work, and I was just constantly having cognitive issues. Well, the hurricanes came in the fall, and I lost my office, and I lost stuff in storage, and I'm regrouping now. And what I've discovered is that I need quiet and I need no visual disturbances. And when I have it like that, I can do things that I used to be able to do on the computer. I can do more stuff. So, but the point is that the X39 made a huge difference. Then adding the energy enhancers added a huge difference. And I kept telling my upline, oh, I want to be a platinum. I want to try all the patches, or a silver, you know. And we were kind of waiting so that she and I could kind of go up together, and, you know, she would get better compensation if we did at the same time.
Sybil, I'm sorry, hon. Sybil, we have to limit this because we have other hands up.
Thank you for bringing me back. That's a problem I have. But the point is, yes, right now, things are happening with my brain that's working better. So yes, the patches do work for brain stuff. I didn't hear the whole story, but thank you for listening.
Thank you, Sybil. Carol Lynn, did you get your answer? Did you get
Yes,
enough? Okay,
yes. I have a very quick question.
Yes.
For a chronic cough with that letter condition and burning deep inside the solar plexus between shoulder blades. Do you get what I'm talking about? A chronic cough, that's terrible, right? Anyway, burning deep inside in her solar plexus between the shoulder blades, where she coughs constantly when I'm talking to her. Is X39, like if she puts it right where it hurts? I'm just curious if there's any better place to put it besides behind your neck on C7.
Hey CJ, hello everybody. This is Julianne. I have been, I had a virus and I had the same situation, and my husband put 2 X39s on the lung points and then one on the center of my back between my lungs. And I did that for 2 days and was able to sleep through the night. And so you might want to just increase the X39 patches and wearing them on the lung points.
and do you know,
Perfect.
Julianne, thank you so much. That's beautiful. Carolyn, do you know where the lung points are?
Yes, I sent her that. Yes, okay, so I'm on track. Thank you.
Yes, more X39. Thank you for your questions and your share. All right, so we have Heidi, Donald, and Linnell, and then that'll be it. That'll wrap up our call this morning. Heidi, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In 90 seconds or less, I'm going to tell you about nightmares and urination issues and being a 52-year-old mother of 7 children who hasn't seen my children for 2 months. So definitely X39 if you have any issues with nightmares. I had childhood trauma. I used to wet my bed. Even through college, I would wet my bed. And I started wearing X39 at night right over, and I didn't know the placement the night that I listened to Jeffrey Hubbard that night. I literally pulled my patch out. I'd had my kit for, I'd had my sleeve for probably 3 weeks and didn't know where to put it, how to wear it. But I listened that Tuesday night to the practitioner's call. I slapped it on my my scar from my appendicitis, scar from probably, I think 7 years prior. And I slept through the night and I have not had nightmares since, of any recurring childhood nightmares since February 22nd. So it definitely works with issues of depression. With the Carol Cole, she was mentioning a person that had issues with a loss of limb. So I was hit in a crosswalk and I have had shoulder issues, but I wake up having not had restless issues for my shoulder either. And that's since February 22nd. So I'm still flying high, getting ready for my next motorcycle ride.
Heidi, just for clarification, you said you put the X39 on your appendicitis scar, and that's what that's a placement that Dr. Jeff mentioned? Lower right quadrant, everybody, the lower right, like right to the inside of your right hip bone.
He
Right.
didn't mention that as the placement. I just heard him say, place it wherever you have issues.
Okay. And you put it over your appendicitis scar because why?
I had issues with pain. I mean, I
Yeah,
still
you
kind of,
was-
I had like thoughts of having my ruptured appendix again and again and again. Because when
Oh.
I woke up, I literally was in surgery for 3 hours. And so I thought, I always get this like little achy feeling. And I've never had a menstrual cramp in my life because of the way placement of my uterus. So I've never had pain in delivering all of my 7 children. So the only pain I've ever felt is my appendicitis and when it ruptured. And I thought I was having just a really bad tummy ache. And so I still have like trauma issues of thinking that I'm going to have an alien come out of my stomach. Kind of like the
Matrix.
movie Alien.
The Matrix
So-
or Alien, right? So,
Exactly.
so Heidi, just to reiterate, and so everybody gets this, go back to the scene of the crime. Put
Exactly.
Put
Put the patch where you're having thoughts of issues anywhere on your body. Sometimes I wear my X39 on the back of my head because I think I'm getting smacked by my dad again. Yeah, just put it wherever you want it.
Thank you, Heidi. Wow. All right. We have Donald. Go ahead, Donald, please unmute.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here. I want to give you a quick update on me, and then I want to have a question from my friend who's a new brand partner. So I've been using the patches for a little over 6 months now, I guess so close to 7 months. And from the beginning for me, it's always been both X39 and glutathione until I swapped out the glutathione for carnosine, then quickly went back because I realized that a lot of the benefits I was experiencing were coming from the glutathione. So that's been working out great. The digestive issues continue to be a remarkable improvement. The stuff that I'd gotten used to over decades went away within about 2 weeks. And from the time that I went back to the glutathione from the carnosine, it took about 2 weeks for the glutathione to kick in again. So I won't be without either of those patches. My friend Chris, here's the update on him. He's been on X39 and Eon for, I would say, about a month and a half. And his issues are fight or flight syndrome. He's about 10 years younger than me. He's just recently turned 60, and his body is just, he's done physical work for a long time, and he just can't do that kind of stuff anymore. But I just lost my screen, and that I was going to read from him. Let me get it back. Why did it do that? Okay. Oh, it was the other one. There it is. Anyway, so I just had his text handy, and then the screen just disappeared. Okay, so here it is. I've got it again. So he says, currently I'm in pretty bad shape physically, lots of pain. Patches seem to have improved me initially, but seems to be behind releasing toxins, pain. Honestly, not sure what or how. I'm interested in glutathione and Nirvana patches, but this exhaustion is terrible and lasting. So one of the things that occurred to me in my response to him was like, some people I know use Eon during the night and glutathione or something else during the day. I believe he's using 2 Eons and 1 X39. That was what Dr. Tivoli recommended that to him. So I'm not 100% sure that that's what he's doing now, but any input on possibly using more patches and possibly doing some day and some night, I would be interested in what this group might have that I could pass on to him. Thank you.
Is he sleeping, Donald? Does he sleep or not?
Yeah, he doesn't complain about problems sleeping. It's mostly with him, the feedback that I've gotten, as he said here, is pain and and it seems to kind of be like weird things. Like, for instance, he told me he had this excruciating pain in his toe, and there was nothing that he had done that would have aggravated his toe except started wearing patches. And he says these weird pains come and go, and the pain is significant. So maybe even ice wave, I don't know.
So I'm gonna offer something. I'm gonna open it up, especially if we have a doctor on the call. I would love to hear from. I can't see. We have almost 100 people on this call this morning. You all. So if there's a doctor in the house, we'd love to hear from you. But as Heidi just said, taking the patch and putting it right on the issue. So if he's wearing the X39 in the back of his neck, he could take it off and put it right. If he has a fleeting pain on the toe or on the knee or in his heart or chest, he could move the X39 there. Nirvana is very calming. Connie Lucas put her hand up. I know she loves Nirvana. And so both Nirvana and Eon are very calming. The Eon is balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So he's doing the right stuff. Does anyone else have a thought? I'm going to ask if someone wants to. Okay, Gary's waving his hand. Gary, unmute, please.
Little things mean so much. So anywho, I'm a foot reflexologist. And so in natural healing, we feel worse first before we feel better. So I'm thinking that possibly he's having a reaction in those weird pains or his body releasing toxins / processing it. So I'd have to know where on his feet he's hurting, but different points correspond to different things. So it could be a latent injury, a long-term problem that he has. So that's my unprofessional opinion about that. But also, I would say to write it out and see what happens and endure and work through that, because natural healing, we feel better because we're getting rid of the cause, the problem. And in traditional medicine, we cover up the symptoms so we feel better. So with the natural healing, we almost always feel worse first because our
Gary,
body's really getting towards.
That's perfect.
Yeah, he's familiar with that concept, and so I can agree with him on that is happening, and not to be discouraged from it. Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else, specifically for Donald, is there anyone else that has a thought for his friend? Otherwise,
I was thinking that possibly just doing the X39 and just using that.
Sorry about that.
Just using that for a short amount of time, just to see, maybe he's just the toxins are coming out too quickly to maybe hold back. I don't know. That's the only thing that's coming up in my heart.
Well, he actually started with just the X39 and then added the Eon, and he didn't really experience anything for the 2 weeks or so he used, or it was even more longer than that he used just X39 until he added the Eon. And then when he added 2 Eon, then he began to notice all this weird stuff. So to me, that's, it's the toxin detoxification coming out with double Eon and 1 X39.
go back to basics, right?
Maybe 2 X39.
Hmm.
I'm just going to recommend that Donald's person takes and puts a date, like I do, on your X39s. Mark them as an X39, put them in the pack, and then if there's an issue on a specific day, triple up, quadruple up. I've worn 30 patches on my leg once because I messed it up parkour style running. And I literally have a picture. I have it posted on Vibrant Living, but your previously used patches, it can still be worn for 12 hours. I've got them dated, so I know which ones to put on. I'm having a really bad leg day.
Thanks, everybody. Takes a village. Okay, we have quite a few hands up. I'm going to ask Gregory, are we okay to keep going, or should we? It's 40 minutes after. So I'm going to ask Gregory and Robin. You're muted, Gregory.
Let me unmute myself. And people with hands up, if you can say it in 30 seconds or less, fine, because we're already 9 minutes over, and we'd like to respect everybody's time.
Yes, 30 seconds or less, if you can do it. Yes. We'll take you in. Tammy, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try 30 seconds and less. I've never really spoken on this group of people. My name is Tammy Webster. I'm from Otisfield, Maine, and we're getting a heck of a storm right now. My story is over 30 years ago, I was unresponsive for 6.5 weeks. Left with a lot of different autoimmune things that I knew nothing about. 10, 20 years later, still struggling with the medical world. Found Anne and the group from Maine. Started doing some all natural, different foods, different stuff, started the patches. I've been on the patches for 3 years. I can actually say this now, Anne, and I know she's going to laugh at me. I was a hot mess. If all these symptoms that everybody's talking about, the key word is was. I was a hot mess. I feel better now today at 61 years old. With the patches and the group of people, the support, the family that I have behind all this. I have had wonderful, wonderful experiences. Like I said, I can sympathize and understand everybody's you know, the symptoms that they've been having, because I just, like I said, I was a hot mess, and I feel like I'm in my 20s now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm 61 and I'm still snow blowing and shoveling. Like after this, I'm heading out because I've got about 2 feet of snow right here. And 3 years ago, before I started my patches, after every storm, I was aching all over and took 2 or 3 days to rest. Now I don't have any aches and pains. I don't have the arthritic. My hands are fine and everything. Just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Tammy. Tammy,
Love-
welcome to our community. And
Thank you very
you are
much.
in very good hands with our beloved Ann Morrow. We love her.
Oh, I love her as well. She's like my guardian angel here on earth.
Thank you, Tammy. Welcome. We look forward to
Thank
hearing
you.
from you again. All
Thank
right,
you. Yep.
Kathleen, you're the last one, and then we'll turn it over to Robin and Gregory. Kathleen, go ahead and unmute.
Come, I can't hear it.
Kathleen, you're still
Sorry,
muted. Now
sorry,
you're good.
sorry.
Now you're good.
Okay, I am a practitioner, and I want to say to Donald that when I first started with the X39s, I had pain pop out everywhere, but I was a hot mess when I started becoming a practitioner. Probably that's why I am. But to make my long story short, I do an ionic foot spa. That's where I start for people that need detoxing. And then I figure out from there what other kind of detoxing they need to stop those pains from popping up as they're cleaning out their system. So it is almost a must for people who are heavily toxicated, whatever. And also drink the water. And if you have other detoxing ways, use them. I don't have to see somebody to recommend the specific one for them, but usually an ionic foot spa will do the trick.
Nice.
Thank you, Kathleen. David Schmidt did a presentation, and Robin or Ravel, one of you will probably remember, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, on detoxification. And one of you will probably be able to put it in the chat. And if not, maybe we can put it on our Live Younger Facebook group.
It's already, it's already in, I'm pretty sure it's in Live Younger Products.
Live Younger Products.
Yeah.
Okay, not Live Younger Success. It's in Live Younger Products.
Live Younger Success under David Videos. I saw it just yesterday, so it's there.
So because of what we shared today, I think it's highly, highly advisable to look at that video and to consider doing detox. You know, we live in a toxic world, and David has a lot of great suggestions, and we've heard some today. So thank you, everyone. What a juicy call. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Robin and Gregory.
Thank you, Michelle. And no more hot messes, okay?
No more hot messes. No more.
Hot Mess Solution Club. Yeah, that's right.
You guys did a great job of keeping that X39 focus, and we're infusing you with that because keeping it simple. I mean, we all love to care for people, and that's why we do this. But know that if you're wanting to do that and build a business, simplicity and duplication equals success. And that X39 is 75% of the company's sales. Start there. There's a clue.
That's a clue.
There's a clue. And then after a while, add some of the other patches, 90 days before I touched any other patch, 90 days. So tonight, Gregory talked about tonight. Why don't you share a little bit about
Yeah, tonight, and many of you probably were on the Thursday morning business chat, and Judy Daniel presented her 333 diagram. We're going to dig into that a little bit more tonight because I think we have a little bit broader reach on our Monday night call. And I think it's just, you know, repeating and getting good at the basics. And we're all here because we enjoy enhancing and extending lives of ourselves and loved ones and people we don't know but that are in need. And that's the driving force of David and Lifeway. But many of us are here because we also want to earn an income. because it's easier to be philanthropic when you have money. Okay. It's easier to give away patches to people in need when you have, a revenue to offset the expense of the patches. It's easier to use all the patches when you have money coming in to help pay for them. So I think, tonight we're going to talk about business building strategies and how to, accelerate everybody's growth. Because let's face it, if you're making more money, it's because you're impacting more lives. So this is not a commission-driven business. This is a mission-driven business. But you know what? If you get focused on the mission, the commission follows. So tonight we're going to talk more about that.
Okay, wonderful. So, and then tomorrow night, we have our introduction to LifeWave with one of our practitioners. I believe it's going to be Dr. Jeff Hubbard tomorrow night, but not confirmed yet, but we'll find out soon. So stay tuned for the newsletter and have a wonderful Monday and keep that single product focus and watch how quickly things can grow.
All right.
Thank you, Robin and Gregory. This is from the hot mess.
No more, no more.
The former.
Yeah,
Thank you for this call.
Bye, everybody.
Robin and
everybody.
Greg,
Everyone. Bye.
Gregory and
Bye.
Robin, you guys have time for a three-way call?
Happy patching.
Everybody.
Yeah, we do. Just
Stay
give us
hydrated
text
and
or
get your
something.
minerals.
Can you, how do I get your number or get a hold of you?
Phone number 360-229-8433. And a text is always the best. And
360-229-8433.
229-8433.
Thank you. Helen's got the day off today and I was wanting to do a couple. So,
Cool.
all right. Thank you.
Okay. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Everybody have a
everybody.
great day.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.